And welcome back, everybody, to the Obscure server. I am TJ the Obscure here with you. This is a voiceover, and there's no game sounds. This is going to be kind of an unusual video for me. In many ways, it's more of a vlog, I guess you could say. I was not planning on making this video, but I had something rather strange happen to me yesterday, and I figured footage of me playing with some of you guys on the server would make for a nice background. So we're playing Minimalist by, oh gosh, I forget the name of the person, Kaladun, I think? Kaladun, I believe is the name, and it's a really cool concept for a map. I think there are 24 areas in the map, and each one is in a 24 by 24 by 24 cube. Hence the name Minimalist. It's a very small, very compact map, but there seems to be a lot going on. I love close quarters combat, and there's a lot of that. So it's proving a really fun map for me. I'm not sure if other people are enjoying it or not. But anyways, to my story. So yeah, we were playing last night on the server, and I had really just gotten on and played a little bit with you guys, and I ended up dying, and the death kind of surprised me. I wasn't entirely sure what had happened, and we'll get to see that death at the end of this video. So if you want to see me die, wait till the end. Well, actually, you get two opportunities to see me die in this video. Just spoilers, spoiler alert. Uh, but so I was playing, and I died, and I decided to look back at the footage just to try to understand what had happened. And whenever we get to that part, you guys will understand why I wanted to look at the footage. But and so I pause off of the server. I'm still logged in though, and that part I feel kind of bad about. And I'm just rewatching the video, and again, the audio for my headphones is really loud, and I usually can't hear things, but I hear this big loud bang, this crash, right? And at my front door, and I'm just like, oh, what the heck? It scares me. I jump out of my chair. And in the process, I ripped the I ripped the headphones out of my computer. Thankfully, no damage was done, but it scared me so bad that I jumped up, and I was a little scared at first. I can't really see what's outside of my door very well, just because of the way that the hallway works and the location of my apartment. Yeah. Anyways, but I look out the peephole, and I see on the ground in front of my door a little snowman statue, that looks like the snowman statue that my neighbors had put up in front of their, or it's not like a statue, it's like a little Frosty the Snowman animatronic thing, robot thing that like waves at you and whatnot and plays music. Uh, maybe a little context would be helpful here. The apartment complex that I live at has like a Christmas decoration competition every year, and my next door neighbors, they are really into it, and so they go, out of their way to do it. And so, anyways, I see this statue laying outside the door, and I'm like, oh crap! So I grab the baseball bat that we have, in case something bad happens. I tell my son to stay in his room and to um, not come out and not answer the door or anything like that, and to just wait for me. And so I go out there, and as soon as I open the door, this guy who's wearing a sweatshirt, I didn't see him very well. He takes off running. Uh, and the funny thing is, we live on a second story thing. So he goes running down the stairs. I bang on my neighbor's door and tell him to get out here. And he was clearly already getting ready. He probably heard it. This is going on at like 4 in the afternoon, so it's like broad daylight. It was really, really odd. And, at the scene outside of my apartment is there's, Christmas lights torn everywhere. The statue thing, or the Santa Claus thing that the guy has been like ripped to shreds. Um, the presents, I mean, just like their whole display that they had has been just totally ruined. And the statue apparently, or the little Frosty the Snowman thing, was apparently thrown thrown at my door. So here's an exciting part right here. We're going into, I think this is the Orange Wool dungeon, maybe, perhaps, yeah, I think so. And boom, I die. I died. I was shot by somebody, skeleton. I think I was shot by a skeleton after those two creeper blasts. I'm still kind of getting used to not playing with like all that fancy stuff from Ragecraft 3. And again, there's some cool stuff going on the map, even with loot, but it's not really overpowering. And playing with lots of people, Also, you go through resources very, very quickly. Anyways, grab the white wool. Yes, indeed. And Cool is a very, very talented player. He's very, very brave, I guess, like me in some ways. He'll just go jumping into an area. Although he seems to have had a better luck at it in this map than I have. So, anyways, my neighbor and I we go chasing after the guy, and just the way that my apartment complex is set up, I didn't really see which way he went. We're in the back of the complex, and then it kind of forks off, and yeah, it's kind of hard to explain. But on the other hand, we live in a very small neighborhood. It's kind of a neighborhood that's yeah just cut off from a lot of stuff, and we're surrounded by a lot of fields. And the neighborhood itself is only about 2 blocks worth of houses, and then our apartment complex. And it's a really nice neighborhood. Um, we don't get too much stuff. There do seem to be homeless people who live in the fields sometimes, but other than that, uh, yeah. So it was kind of something that I wasn't really anticipating. We've never had any kind of problems. No burglaries. No vandalism. Any stuff like that. I think my car was broken into once, but something tells me that might have been my brother. But yeah, that's a different story. So anyways, we take off, and he heads west and then north, and I head north, and we decide to wrap around because there's really only one direction this guy could go, assuming it's a guy, and I'm pretty sure it was a guy. He was a big guy, so um, assuming there's that he's not going to go out into the fields, there's really only one direction he can go, and that's north up through these neighborhoods. And so we go around, and it's possible, I guess, that the guy hopped into a car or did something like that, or maybe he had a bike. But it was a really really strange experience to have that happen. And of course, I wasn't able to log off or to let people know, so I just left these guys hanging on the server, which I felt kind of bad about. But it was just I was not running with the baseball bat, by the way. I did not want to appear scary. I ended up leaving that behind, but uh, yeah, it was just a very, very intense moment. Haven't really had anything like that happen to me before. Um, there was this one time where people I was with, I don't know if I would consider them my friends, but people I was with decided to break into somebody's house, and that was bad. I ran away in panic, feeling like I was going to be chased, even though I didn't even get close to the house, but I was with them. Anyways, um, but the whole experience got me just thinking a lot about I don't know, Christmas as a competition, and these Christmas contests that people have, the decoration contests, and just the extreme lengths that people go to I don't know, be the best at decorating for Christmas. It seems kind of like a paradox there, like a like an oxymoron. Competitive Christmas decorating. It's like, no, Christmas is not supposed to be about that kind of stuff. The silverfish here really kind of surprised me. I was not expecting that so early on in the map. But like I said, there's a lot of really cool surprises in here and whatnot. And I just love the little dungeons. It seems like a cool, fun little map. Once again by Kaladun. And this is funny because we watched my mom. Oh, that was a terrible slip right there. Uh, my wife has been forcing me to watch a lot of Christmas movies, really bad ones too. We watched Christmas with the Cranks, I think is what it's called, with Tim Allen, and there's kind of some of that stuff going on as far as the competitiveness of Christmas, and although that has more to do with like the obsessiveness of people when it comes to Christmas. I also read a study recently that showed that we use more power in Christmas lights than some countries, and of course these are very select countries such as Ethiopia, use in an entire year, just for Christmas, and that in itself only amounts to 0.2% of our total energy usage for the year. So I don't know. The whole decoration thing, like, and my assumption is this had to have been somebody from the apartment complex, right? Uh, People were a little freaked out here because there's void in this area, and I was like, nah, let's have some fun with it. No ender pearls. Apparently, there's witches that blind you. I'm just like, yeah, let's go. Let's run for it. Um, But yeah, I mean, you would think it's somebody from the complex who did it, right? Because if it's a competition and they're jealous or they're mad, apparently last year the person who won the competition was the person judging the competition, which to me just makes like, why would you even want to compete in something like that at that point? But I don't know, people are weird. Um, so yeah, it was an interesting day for me. And once again, I apologize to Cool and Attacker and and Croto for just leaving you guys like that. Funny thing is, I was very upset about the death too, so I think the anger kind of helped to fuel the adrenaline pumping through my blood at that point. Yeah, I don't know. Still a couple minutes left on this video, I think. Um, Let me know what you guys, if you guys have any crazy stories about Christmas. I'm trying to think if anything else like that has ever happened before. Honestly, my family stopped putting up outside decorations a long time ago, mainly because it became too hard for my parents to do so. My brother will sometimes go over there and do it. I didn't live in town, and I'm not a big fan of the decorations, like inside decorations. And it's not like I'm totally out of the holiday spirit. There are some things I like about it. I suppose I got to buy my wife gifts, which I will end up using, like a new laptop, and I bought her a trip to the coast, which is going to be very nice. It's not like we live that far away, but we don't get to go very often. At this point, I realize, if the witches they just blind you, they can't really damage me, right? Because they're just gonna try to keep poisoning me, but because the poison never shows up, they'll just throw in these blindness potions. And so the witches really don't pose much of a threat at all. I mean, it's blindness, but it's not like you can't see at all. You can still see a little ways ahead of you. Um, I don't know, crazy Christmas stories. The only other thing that comes to mind is the first pocket knife that I ever got. I guess it was the first knife that I ever got in general. Was from my uncle, and he's very different, I think, than my mom and how my mom was raised, and or not how my mom was raised, but just where my mom ended up in life. Much more outdoors. He goes hunting and that kind of stuff. Anyways, he bought us these pocket knives, and I ended up stabbing my brother when he tried to kick me. Uh, and yeah, so my mom took him away at that point. But it's like I didn't do it. He tried to kick me, and the knife was just out. The blade was pointing in his direction, and he kicked at the blade. That is not my fault. So here's where I die, and you can just tell I'm jumping in lava. I'm doing silly things. At this point, I'm trying to take out the blaze spawners. But you just have to look how this is set up. This, to me, still doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, I think I kind of sort of know what happened, but yeah. Take out the blaze spawners, please. Almost spleef somebody into the lava. And I was also trying not to cheese it by just pouring water down into the lava. That doesn't make things very much fun. Although I could have done that and ended up saving myself a lot of pain. Although maybe then I wouldn't have heard the crash and wouldn't have gone on the exciting chase. I ended up helping my neighbor put a lot of the stuff back up that we could. Plus, I think the competition was already done with. Yeah, I don't know. It's very strange. So I hop down here after, see, I shoot that blaze once, which means that blaze is still alive. But look where I land. I guess he is above me quite a bit, huh? I guess that's where it's coming from. Because boom, he shoots me right into the lava. And I was unable to save myself. Yeah, still don't quite get it. But anyways, you guys, that's my exciting story. Enjoy your Christmas if you're celebrating. Otherwise, just have a good day. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed. And I will see you next time.